Hey there, folks. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Rabbit, and thank you very much for joining me for episode number 58 of Let's Play Paladin's Quest for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. As promised, at the end of our last episode, I finished up with all of the selling and just cleaning up my inventory, which I will show to you here in just a moment. But as I was sort of just darting around the world trying to think of where I wanted to go, I did see this little town and this spot in particular. I believe this is where... oh gosh, I don't remember the name of the town, but I think this is where we recruited Lily, and then we took we participated in the parade that ended up walking over to, here, let me actually just show you, because that might be better than me just rambling and trying to describe something without specific pronouns, because I can't remember. But I think we came over here, and this is where we saw Zaygos and all of that good stuff. I'm pretty sure this is that location, but I don't remember the names of any of these specific places, so I don't really know. But first things first, let me just show you my inventory, because I am so proud of how clean and clear it looks. Just look at that, you guys. beautiful. All the S taverns are nice and flush against the right side. Those pro balls, which I still haven't used. Okay, I have to try those pro balls, and I have to try, what was it, the FL doors and home doors? We just never looked at them, even though we're almost 60 episodes into this series. I don't know what my fucking problem is. The other thing I did want to note is that I did not sell the wind sword. I haven't tested Chesney's new weapon in battle yet, but just in case that it isn't better than the wind sword, like we saw this when I found the thunder saber, I think is what it was called a little while back, even though technically the damage I think that it dealt allegedly was greater, or at least the description implied that it would be greater. It was essentially just a weapon that summoned a bunch of lightning bolts, and I didn't think that that was superior to the double slash that comes with the wind sword itself. So I'm not sure what the experience will be with whatever Chesney's current sword is. I don't remember what it's called. Ragin sword? I don't know what RGN stands for, or Ragnarok sword is what I think I guessed it might be. But either way, we're going to leave the wind sword in tow until we know for sure we want to go ahead and keep this RGN sword equipped. But alrighty, so I showed you the inventory, we talked a little bit about the swords, and I showed you where we are. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, you, haven't I seen you somewhere? Oh well, no matter, everyone in town has perished. Does that mean Lily's gone? But she was recently in the queue for me to bring people back into my party. They were destroyed by Lord Zaygos for the crime of bringing resistant spies into the temple. Oh no, my daughter, who was so excited to join the parade, was taken too. Only I survived. This is the end of the Shimwreck. Oh my god, so he wiped out an entire town because we came and I guess destroyed Dalgren, so he was not happy about this. That is wild. There's only one survivor. Oh my gosh, I wonder how this guy actually got away. Maybe he just hid or left town when all the shit was going down. Well, never mind, friends. I guess there wasn't anything for us to do here. I thought we could just come back and see what was taking place, but it looks like no one is here. Oh, Lily is still here. I guess only the true inhabitants here are the ones that were murdered, and maybe you could argue Lily hid because she and, what was his name? Chakan, that's who it was. They might have just bounced after Zaygos threw Medea and Chesney down into that prison area. I don't really know. But if we speak with her, she does respond, so she's not a ghost, and she says, "Thank you for buying me all those things. Shall I join you?" No way, not right now. I've got a pretty good party going. Oh god, but I'm still so salty. So salty about the fact that I had to pay all that money for your bullshit. But to be fair, money has never been an issue, so I don't need to hold on to that for too long. What I'm going to try, and this might be a mistake, and I could very well regret this immediately upon attempting it, but I want to go over here and just see what happens if we do go back to Zaygos' temple, Zaygos' shrine. Like, can we even get in? By order of Lord Zaygos, we are closing the temple gates. We cannot let anyone inside. So, no, I guess it's just barred from entry for everyone, and that makes sense because I don't know if they would really be able to code that in that, well, I guess they could, but I feel it would make sense that there would be some sort of altercation that goes down as a result of you, as Chesney and Medea, showing your faces again. I don't think Zaygos would be too pleased about that. And oh my goodness, this is kind of where it all began. Do you guys remember this? Lots of bridges. That is so weird because I feel like this didn't look like this when we went to the past. Or maybe it did, but it just didn't have the access points. I don't know, you guys. I can't even remember. But here we are. I told you guys that after we had kind of looked at anything that I could think of, that we would make a beeline for the magic school because I believe this is where everything will end up going down. Where's my teacher? Where is my teacher? Please don't tell me something happened to him. Oh, okay. I was starting to panic. What do you have to say? Chesney, you're too late. That sneaky Zaygos has made off with Dahlgren. God damn it. Are you kidding me? I tried to stop him too, but it was useless. Dahlgren is now at the throne of the gods. Hurry, Dahlgren is taking the power of the throne of the immortals and restoring itself to full power. This may be just distracting, but somewhere on the beach of Nasquat, there is supposed to be a Giga bottle with fantastic restoring power. Oh, so if you happen to miss it, so I don't know if you guys remember this, just a couple episodes ago when we had the boat and we were kind of just going around the periphery of the different continents. I'm making it sound like there are multiple continents, but we were just sort of scaling the sides of the 2 continents and we were tapping into all the islands that we saw. You guys know, we talked about troll versus orc dicks. You remember, I'm sure you do. Never forget that episode. Anyway, we ended up finding the Giga bottle and it was kind of hidden. So this is nice that the developers decided to plug this for you because I do think the Giga bottles are nice. And if you somehow missed the second one that I ended up finding later and equipping onto Chesney, I don't know if you can go back and get that one. I don't even remember where I found it. It wasn't in the past, I don't think. Anyway, here you go. Make sure you have at least one of the Giga bottles. I think it's going to make a humongous difference in how the last fight or the last boss battle is going to go since it restores everyone. So that's really nice. If you don't have it, you should search for it before going to Dahlgren. It should be of help to you. Looks like they're putting in the plug as well. Okay, so, oh God, I did not mean actually to talk to him. But okay, we need to go to the throne of the gods. Is that middle island again that we went to initially? See, this is the problem with us having not just immediately gone back to kill Zaygos, as opposed to, well, I guess we didn't really have the option because we ended up immediately going to the past and doing all that stuff. So maybe this is the best that it could have been, but I still feel Zaygos should have been destroyed a while ago. I don't know why he's been allowed to just sort of act as such a fart bag for so long, but hindsight is 20/20, as they say. But no matter. He will get his right now. I think this is the throne of immortals. Y'all, am I full of shit? And can I land here? I should be able to. We were just here, though, so that is going to be really crazy if this isn't it. What? Live forever, Chesney and Medea. This can't be it. I'm not sure. I thought this was the access point to the throne of immortals, unless there's an underground area I need to go to. Will you help me, please? Be careful. The magic of spirits will cause great bodily injury. Well, okay. I am not sure unless it's behind this. I don't think I can go back here. Well, you guys, I am not sure where this throne of immortals is. And I'm sure if I just run around a little bit, I'll find it. So you guys already know the drill. I'm not going to make you watch me just bebopping around when I don't know 100% for sure where I'm going. So let me scout out my options here. I mean, there are only so many places it could be, right? So let me just quickly check this island, the 8 island. I don't know, it seems a bit suspicious to me, but maybe there is no big deal and I'm just looking at it with a side eye and warily for nothing. But we'll see this other little key spot here. Oh yeah, it was just an... A treasure chest with an item. Okay, let me run around and see what I can uncover, because I'm not sure right now where I need to be, but I will find out in just a moment by trial and error, and I will bring you guys back outside of wherever the hell this place happens to be. Give me just a second. Okay, friends, welcome back. I know this seems like a peculiar place to bring you all back in tow, but you know what just occurred to me? I don't remember for sure, but I think, if you guys recall that lady, or it's possibly a man named Joanne, that I think we had given the clown clothes to, and we had spoke with them after we were going through the underground area of Zaygos' temple, or Zaygos' shrine. I think the Throne of Immortals was where Joanne was kind of hiding out and what Joanne was protecting. I don't know for sure, and I can't remember how to get there in the airship. I just don't remember what it looks like, but I know for a fact that we can get there through the underground section, because we accidentally reappeared there and talked to Joanne, and she informed us that they decided that they weren't going to leave after all. I don't remember what the name of that area was, and I don't know if I'm just having a brain fart, and it's a fairly popular section that we had gone to, or it was a pretty important section that we had gone to. I don't know, you guys. I'm drawing some major blanks right now. But we're going to see if this works. This might be a complete dud, and I'm sure some of you are gritting your teeth because you probably know exactly where I need to go, and it might just be an easy peasy, just hover on over there, plop down in my little airship or transportation device, bing, bang, boom, call it a day, and enter the final tower. But I think this is another way I can get there. So I apologize if there is a way to just fly there. I don't remember how to get there, and I didn't want to just keep going to every single town that was noted on the map and dropping down there, because I don't know which one it is. I'd have to go inside, and then I remember I had to ascend to where Joanne was through the town. I just don't remember where it is. So we're gonna cross our fingers that this is a suitable method of doing this. I'm sure it's going to be clunky as fuck, and maybe you guys don't even want to watch me getting up here, but I don't know. Enemies might be gone since we were here quite a few episodes ago and cleaned house. But oh, Omnibot, were they here before? I think we're good, and we'll just kind of wipe the floor with everything and everyone and get on up there. And if we're lucky, before the end of this episode, we should be good in terms of at least seeing where we need to go, and maybe talking to Joanne is what we need to do to even trigger the events. But I doubt it, because when we spoke with her before, she didn't really have much to say other than the fact that she changed her mind and realized that she didn't want to leave. Or maybe it wasn't that she didn't want to leave, but that she felt she couldn't leave. So for whatever it's worth, maybe I'm overcomplicating this. I do have a tendency to do that. But, as long as I get to the same result, I think it doesn't matter too much. And hey, we can just look at this as it's our friend again. You're back here. Because for some reason, Nails, I don't have the option of re-recruiting you through the S Tavern or through the magic ability that does the same effect. So I guess if you wanted Nails, you would have to come back through here anyway. So it works out okay. Anyway, he says, I am the all-powerful robot Nails constructed by Gavnid. If you want, I will become your friend. Yeah, I already know. We're not going to take him back. I don't really love Hawk, but I think he's fun. Oh, that's a recolor of the other robot that was here. I think it was blue. So maybe enemies have changed, which also implies to me that we were supposed to come back here. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? It seems to me like whenever you go back to another area and monsters are different in some way, to me it implies that there's some level of progression that took place here, that something changed based on the story's events. So since we know Zaygos was salty and he took, I don't know how he just rolled on up and took Dahlgren. Now I'm getting them confused. He took the fucking machine, and now it's going to be a problem for everybody. Neugren, I think. No, it's Dahlgren. He had Neugren. Goodness, you guys. What does that tell ya? We're getting to the point where this game needs to wrap up. I mean, we can just try Spirit just for lulz. I don't know if that gets up anything, though. I need to look and triple check that. Hold on. That I'm getting up. We'll do Bolt S as well. I don't know if this will be highly effective or not. But I want to see if I'm actually getting up Chesney's Earth gauge. Because I think it just might be a good idea while we are kind of just combing back through this underground temple area to try to increase proficiencies while we still have the opportunity to do so. And oh, I felt like the spirits didn't really do a whole lot of damage to this thing, but it's okay. And I will heal up, don't you guys worry. I am kind of paying attention to what's going on. It looks like the monsters are doing a lot of damage, quite a lot more than they were previously. You know what? I was second guessing myself at first, but I feel this is where we're supposed to be now that we're kind of making our way through and the monsters are causing some problems. Not a whole lot. I feel like our levels are pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm over leveled at this point, but I think we've got some nice cushion and some nice padding, at least for navigating this section. And I'm just going to use the little mini bottle. I'm going to spread out the love. I want to save my giga bottles for as long as possible. And oh, while I'm thinking about it, let me take a look at the abilities or the spells that Chesney has. And we need to get up heart as well. So what is something that I could just start spamming that increases earth as well as heart? That's what I want to look for. Earth and heart. Oh, it's the DFTP. So that's actually not ideal. I guess I could make an effort to... No, you guys, I think I'm going to just have to. Earth and heart need to go up. And unless I'm just spamming, going back and forth between berry and... I guess we could do berry and break. Does break do earth, I think? Is that correct? Hold on, I gotta be sure. Oh, it looks like it's just break all. So berry and break all, I could go back and forth between those two. Because DFTP, isn't that the one that... Yeah, that's the suicide one. Let me stop and not actually activate that because that would be bad news bears for me. So, okay, we will do berry... And I guess, well, berry is earth and air. We could do berry and crush just to spam it. We saw crush doesn't always apply, but okay, that's going to be easier for me to remember. So just to try to scale this up for Chesney, berry and crush, okay? That almost sounds like a cereal, doesn't? Berry crush, but, you know, different spelling for berry, naturally. And I don't know, crush doesn't necessarily sound delicious, but you know what concerns me, though? If... Crush isn't applying because we saw that it has quite a high error rate, or I should say a low success rate. I wonder if in that situation you won't be gaining any proficiency, so maybe I need to be sticking with break all instead. Wait, did I say berry or crush? Crush is the one that has the error rate. Berry is the one that Medea was spamming for a while and it was fucking those monsters up. So I think I have to use berry and break all, not berry crush. We'll see how it goes. But oh my god, you guys, I feel like I am struggling. These monsters are fucking me up. But wait, which way? Ah, it's this upstairs one. I should remember the path pretty clearly because I ended up doing this twice. If you guys recall, last time we were here, we made it to the top, and then I panicked and ran back down to the bottom, but I had to be at the top kind of anyway, I guess, just to see Joanne, but we weren't able to do anything or move forward, so I don't know. I should have just checked it out when we initially were in the position to do so, but that's what you get when you second guess yourself. Story of my life. But all right, some more monsters. And as I noted, they are not messing around. So whether or not I technically was supposed to come back through this, and what is he doing? Oh my goodness. Whether or not I technically needed to go back through all of this, I might have added a couple extra steps. Like there might have been a way to just land outside of the town that allows you to ascend the path and the hill that takes you to Joanne and whatever Joanne was protecting / blocking. But I couldn't remember off the top of my head, and I floated around a little bit and then just thought, I know I can get to Joanne. this way. So I'm not telling you guys that this is the way you should do it. If you're following along with me and playing alongside me, I would recommend trying to fly maybe and see what you can see, but this works. And as I've already shared, I think the fact that the monsters have changed in their strength, it sort of suggests to me that you should come back this way. I think this is a great place that you can go ahead and grind a little bit, get some levels if you are behind. I mean, they're tough cookies, that is for sure. I don't think all of them are that bad, but the robots, like the big recolored robot, the one that is usually bluish or tealish, and now it's kind of a bronzy orange color. I mean, he is rough, and he does a lot of damage, so I think it would behoove you, even just for the lulz and for the sake of getting that extra XP, because as you can see, we are getting quite a bit more than anywhere else we've been. So I think progression is implied here. So whether I'm just trying to justify the fact that I might have made this way more complicated than I needed to and I could have gone straight to the source, I think the game supports my decision, and y'all need to fucking stop. I'm not having this. Woohoo! Chesney got a level, and I think now also might be a good time just to peep where he's at with the limited spell casting that we've been doing. So it looks like by doing Break All quite a bit, we are raising the heart a little bit. I'm trying to alternate appropriately between Break All and Berry, but sometimes I'm just not in the position to cast 2 spells as Chesney before all the enemies are dead. But I am trying, you guys. I'm making an effort and a mental note to have Chesney go twice, because I'm wondering if it is going to make a difference to scale up as much of his stuff as possible before the final confrontation. Woohoo! Mouth got a level as well, so we are just creeping up, and whew, we finally made it to the top. Something that just occurred to me, and a little bit randomly, at the end of the fight that I just had that you happen to not see, I decided to try out the Ragnarok sword, and I did discover that it does just do 1 strike, and although that individual attack is greater than what the wind sword does, as you can see, there is a 50-point difference in terms of attack. That's 384 here for the Ragnarok sword and only 334 for the wind sword. I still think the wind sword is better because it does kind of double damage when you think about it, since it will do 2 strikes. Now, if there are multiple enemies and it happens to strike like enemy A and then enemy C, obviously you're not getting that double damage effect. But if you are focusing down a single target in either one of the rows that they happen to be idling in, or there is just one enemy, such as a boss, it seems like the wind sword is superior. So I'm gonna go with this. This might be a bad call, but it is the call that I am opting to make. So this is what we're gonna go with. Everything else should be standard. We've still got our Giga bottle on, and while I'm thinking about it, let's quickly dip into our bag and at least give Chesney a sip of the mini bottle, because I don't know what awaits us on the other side. Whew. So we're going to take deep breaths and pray there's not too much happening over here. So Sophie's gown, as usual, just fits into the hole. Okay, I'm back. I think this is where I need to be. What? Really? Monsters? Just coming out of nowhere? I feel like these were the easy ones too, so there was no change to the opponents here. That is crazy. Why would you even show yourselves? All right, lesson learned. I will be trying out Peace immediately after this in case I do have to do some running around. I'm not trying to get into all of these freaking fights with these easy peasy folks. So we'll throw down a Break All, but they should die, like immediately. Maybe not from Chesney's Break All necessarily. It's a work in progress, you guys. Let's cut Chesney some slack here. But we are getting there. I might actually, between this episode and the next one, we'll see. I'm going to talk to Joanne, and if Joanne implies that we're in the wrong place or there's nothing new here, then I'm going to have to go back to square one, run back out, and float around like I originally was thinking I was going to do, and see if I can find how to do this. But what shall we do? Dahlgren has come. Oh, there we go. From my brain fart, I was temporarily saying, wait a minute, was it Neugren or Dahlgren? I think Neugren was Zaygos's, and Dahlgren is the one that we kind of set back off. But here we go. Confirmation from Joanne, and also confirming we are in the right place. So whether this was the specific way we needed to get back here or not, I wasn't totally missing the mark here with my thought process. So go me. What shall we do, says Joanne. Dahlgren has come and we can't escape. I guess I must help you. I shall fill your bottles and take away your fatigue. Oh, this is wonderful. So this is a place where you could do a little bit of grinding and a little bit of leveling, which I think not necessarily the levels are concerning me, but I do want to try to spend, even if it's just 10 minutes, getting up earth and heart a little bit, because I would guess what awaits us is the final dungeon. I mean, obviously, Zaygos has been the enemy from the beginning, from that opening cutscene we had when we first started this game, and we know Dahlgren is the thing that's been causing, I guess, multiple eras of problems because we keep activating him and then deactivating him. I still don't completely understand this whole time lapse thing and this time loop situation that's going on, but with all that being said, we know that we're approaching the end, so I kind of want to be a little over-prepared than under-prepared, so focusing less so on levels and more so just on proficiencies. I'm going to spend probably 10 minutes just running back around that underground Zaygos area, just on that floor we were on, and we'll move forward from there because I can just keep happily speaking with Joanne and she'll refill my bottle. So anyway, friends, thank you very much for watching. As always, my name is Rabbit. This is my Let's Play of Paladin's Quest on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and I am so happy that you guys have stuck it out with me so far. I truly do think we're approaching the final episode, so grab your tissue boxes because I think it's going to be an emotional conclusion to this entire journey. But we'll wait. We probably have at least 2 episodes remaining before we get there, but we'll just have to keep going and see. So take care, be good, and I'll see you guys in just a moment in video number 59, where I will show you any changes to levels that take place as a result of me scaling up the proficiencies for Chesney. So be right back, everyone, and I'll see you soon.